Hey, welcome back to Danford Golf. Today we're going to talk about how to maintain your spine angle, or basically how not to lose your posture. And if you haven't already, there's a few videos out there that I've already posted that are about this. This one's going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to talk about how your shoulders turn and how, if they turn correctly or if they turn incorrectly, is going to impact if you can actually stay in your spine angle. Alright, so this one's a little bit different than all the rest. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, give us a like, and leave any message down below for any questions that you might have. Alright, so one of the biggest issues that most golfers have is really they either have a reverse tilt, or they lose their spine angle, or they stand up in their golf swing. This has been covered quite a bit on YouTube and really around everywhere. Today we're really just going to try to simplify it for you and talk about how your shoulders should be turning through impact, and if you turn them correctly, that you should be able to stay in your spine angle much easier. All right. One thing that I want you to check out first is the videos that I just posted on the one plane and the two plane swing, because if you were a two plane swinger with a two plane release, you are going to be somebody who usually loses their spine angle just a little bit. Okay, so if you're one of those players, make sure you know that you're that player, and you don't have to really work on trying to stay in this really your original spine angle that you start off in. All right, and now if you're a one planer, all right, you need to stay in that one plane release, and you need to stay in that spine angle for you to be successful. Okay, a few things that you can look for, we'll just talk about this real fast before we get going, is if you're somebody who loses their spine angle, if you tape yourself, two things are going to happen. You're going to see your backside get closer to the ball, or your hips will get closer, and you're going to see your club starts to stand up higher at impact. All right, so if you come into impact and your hands are higher, most likely you're also going to lose your spine angle. Okay, it's almost impossible to have a higher hands and still maintain your spine angle. It's going to be super hard for you to do that successfully. Now, when it comes to how your shoulders should turn for how you to stay in your spine angle, that's the big key for us today. So first off, you have to have good posture. I just posted a video on that, so make sure I'll put that link down below. Make sure you get to watch that first, because if your posture is poor, so if you're too much onto your toes, you have too much knee flex, all sorts of stuff like that, you're already going to lose your spine angle, because your body is just going to try to find a balance someplace, if that makes sense. So if your knees are way underneath like that, you're probably going to stand up. If you're way on your toes, your body's going to try to find that balance point. So make sure that your posture is good before you try these things. Now, when you get into your posture, when we're looking for a spine angle, the first thing that I want you to do is just cross that club over your shoulders. Okay? And you're just going to turn the club back. Okay? And then on the way through, I want you to try to get your shoulders to basically match. So you can imagine that this club head is the angle that you start off with, and as you turn down into the golf ball, okay, you can see how my shoulders turn through. Okay, most of us who lose our spine angle, you're going to see the shoulder, we're trying to hit the ball higher. Okay, that's kind of always the big huge misconception, is instead of just using the loft of the face, we try to use our body to create more loft. So you're going to see a lot of players who lose their spine angle when they come down into the golf ball. Instead of turning into it, you're going to see their bodies, the left shoulder really starts to get high. So coming into the ball, left shoulder starts to really get high, and you see how my backside and my hips get closer to it, because I'm trying to lift the ball up high, so my shoulder, instead of turning around me, is climbing up into the air. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to keep my spine angle that way. So what I want you to really concentrate on is when you're swinging down, you got to get that left shoulder, you got to feel like it stays low, and you got to get it turning around you. So you're going to have that angle when you come into it. So you can see my right side has a little bit more flex to it. My left side feels like it's staying long, right? And you're going to maintain that tilt into it, and you're going to keep your hips are going to turn around you. You're going to maintain your spine angle. Okay, so we need to quit thinking about, and this happens to a lot of us who try to shallow it a lot, is we try to shallow it and our arms get really high and our shoulder goes up. It doesn't actually rotate around us. So from down the line, you'll see the same thing. shallow it, we get stuck here. All right, lose our spine angle. Club swinging shallow, right? Which is what we've been trying to do, but now we stood above our spine angle, and you're gonna find yourself, you chunk it a lot and you thin it a lot. And then of course, if you are that shallow and the shoulders are going up that much, you're gonna block it, you're gonna hook it, you're gonna do all sorts of stuff. All right, so maintaining your spine angle is really important on helping you hit the ball in the center of the club and hitting it straighter. Okay, so drill number one is just right here. All right, imagine that you're hitting the ball, or at least the ground, a part of the ground, with your club head. All right, just so you know what it feels like. Drill number two, I'm going to do it right here with the ball. It's just basically drag the ball out there, and you'll see how my body turns. All right, that's a very simple drill to help you learn to turn your shoulders. Okay, there are lots of other things that kind of go into this, but if you can turn your shoulders correctly, you can maintain your original posture. You can stop coming out of your posture or losing your angles, and you'll hit the ball a whole lot better. All right, I hope this simple little video helps you today. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all our subscribers and those who leave comments down below. Have a good day.